Hi there and welcome to my channel. This is Kate at the Journal Nest in Australia, and I just want to say thank you for joining me. This is a Kate's Itching to Stitch. I sure am. And because I'm working in a series of denim journals at the moment, I thought we might have a look. I've gathered some things in my nest, and this is in my nest that I've made from in the challenge from journal. I can't ever say that. Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, and it's the perfect floppy size just to gather some things that we might consider stitching. So these journals, I think I've got two big ones and three small ones in process at the moment. We've started to do a little bit of stitching. This one I don't think so. So I've got lots of work, and I have had some requests to share right from the beginning of making these journals. So that is something I will be doing. But we know that when we hatch some journals from the nest, we need lots of goodies to put in them. And in particular for me, I love the idea of combining textiles, fabric, stitching, and all of these things together. So I suppose I've got no plans as usual, but I thought I'd show you that I've gone to the trouble of, not trouble, but trying to be prepared for you because I value your time so much. I've threaded a blue thread and a neutral one. And before I get into this, how are you going? Are you excited about your making? Has it been a hard day or a new day just beginning? This is, what does that say? Yachts. I think, yeah, I don't know. Must have been from a sale somewhere. Okay, so I've gathered, this is different for me. I have got this little piece of old quilting here, two-sided. I've got some fabric that I've pulled down, and you might be saying, oh, that's bright, Kate. Yes, it is, but with this indigo story and the neutrals, it might be time for a little pop of colour. So these are some stripes, there's a little napkin. In fact, I really like that right now. Bit of old napkin with crush around it. Okay, so with no specific journal in mind, let's see what we could put together. And literally put it together. Now I better just sit down and see that. As always, it is so fantastic to know that you are there, that you're along the journey with me, and that we are all having fun with our making, whether we're a stitcher or a journaler, a junk journaler, or an embroiderer, or a painter, drawer. We do everything here, don't we? And I have to say, I love hearing that some of you, in fact, I'm going to leave that staple there. It's quite quirky. Some of you have decided to try a little bit of a slow stitch, and others are just, playing with different colours. That's what I was trying to think of. All right, I'm thinking a little stitched pouch, like a, you know what I mean, not a pouch within, but a pocket. There's this lovely embroidery here. So I'm not even going to take the time to slow stitch to start me off today because I've got lots to do. We all have. And I've heard from so many of you with kindness for, if you've been following, it's been my mum has not been well. We've been busy. But I do love it when you say to me that you've had a busy morning or a busy day or wherever you are, and then you just can turn on YouTube, watch some makers, and make along with them. So I'm really honored that some of you are telling me that that's what you do with my videos. So I do not take it for granted. I think it's an absolute, I'm so surprised to be about this journey, because I haven't been on YouTube very long, and to have found, I said to my husband, it's the nicest community I've found in my life, and that there are so many of us, and that there are so many like minds, and even more than that, like minds that are kind and supportive. So there you are. That's my little bit of gratitude. Thank you to all of you. And I love the honesty that we can have, that we may not like each other's colours or something, or we don't usually do something, but we just support and follow. So that's also been an absolute surprise to me. A wonderful one. So I count you all as my new friends. And let me see if we can just keep stitching away together. So I'm going to do 3 daisies here, because I like 3 things in 3. And then we'll turn this into something that will be a nice surprise inside one of these denim journals. So if you're not a stitcher, I'm just literally doing a chain stitch, 3 of them, sort of over the top of this embroidery that did not have 1 stitch on it. Just giving it a little pop. And I'm using a variegated wool so that it does the work for me. It comes out multi-coloured. There we are, a bit fuzzy, but that doesn't matter. And we'll do 1 more up here. So it's been a beautiful winter's day here, I have to say, although there was ice on my car windscreen again when I went out this morning. But the sky's been blue and the sun has shone all day. And I even optimistically put some washing outside to see if a little bit of sunshine would start the drying process for me. While I was out there, I saw my first Daphne flower, or maybe it's my second one, but there's more of them, so I brought it in because I just love them, and they're so symbolic of this time of the year in Australia, because there's nothing much else out there with flowers. It's all looking pretty bare. There we are. That doesn't look too bad on the back today. Surprising myself. But we know that these are covered inside and that treasures are hidden them. And I'm just going to do a special thing now. I have had the most incredible day, and you can probably hear my voice going a little bit emotional, as Kate does, because I received today my first ever happy mail from one of you amazing subbies. And just the fact that someone would send something to me has brightened my heart. Like, to give, I want you to know, like, I feel the gift, but I'm just blown away by the care and thoughtfulness, and to receive from someone is just, it's just magical. So you will know who you are, and I just want to say thank you. You have shared such treasures with me, and I will treasure them forever and never forget this day. So here we are. I'm changing my mind. And oh, I think it was Rachel said, now someone might be able to correct me, that you can't tear linen. Don't know. So we're going to have the flowers on the top. I think so. Needed another petal there, but that's okay. And the staple. And then we open it and see linen. Maybe. I'll leave that there as a decision-making piece to come back to. How's that look? Yeah, I think those colours go nicely against the strong blue. So let's put that there as piece 1. I am really interested in using part of this as well. Now remember, these will probably all go in different journals. Oh, hear that? So I'm wondering, it's too white there, isn't it? I wish you could feel this tactile. So I wonder if I could just actually make that a tuck and a pocket. Would have helped if I cut it a little bit straighter. But look, you have been so encouraging of me that now I'm just going to go wild and put that in there with staples. One there and one there. So look at that. I might leave it a little flappy so that now okay. Over in the nest. Oh gosh, you can see I've ventured into my papers. Let's just check that for size. We could have something like that in there. And then this is a little wickety pocket. Again, I'm just demonstrating for you how, without using fab, like without too much hassle, we can quickly make some things. Well, I haven't used the glue today, so this is exciting. Paper bag. Now, have I said this before? If I haven't, or if I have, please forgive me. I show these little baby journals that people more experienced than me call minis, which is probably what I should be calling them. The other, I don't know when that was. And some of you, in fact, quite a lot of you said that you'd like to see me make one of these from scratch. So that's what I'm planning to do. So watch out from that. So while I am decorating these, ready to fly away, I will definitely do some more. So this is one of my little fabric strips, so it fits in the itching to stitch. That went off, and let's just put that in there. So this is how Crazy Kate does it. Just this idea of, look, while we're here, I'm sorry, something, I love my flowers, but do some things. See, look, I'm avoiding that. I'm avoiding that page. And that is, why do I keep throwing that over there? No, not sure. So let's close that up and go back to my nest, put some things in, and something will feel like it wants to be made. Okay, what about? I think this is a piece of linen from Rachel. I've only ever got one lot. What am I going to do with it? Do I want the stripes to go up or down? Is first choice. I need them up. We don't want it too thick because it will go in a mini journal. Okay, see, she's right. If it's linen, so I'm thinking a pocket. So let's go here. Look at that little thing that came out of nowhere. See, this is why I love living in a nest, because things that you haven't seen or don't even ever remember seeing. So this is going to be a little fabric pocket with a little bit of trim. So the denim ones I don't tend to put a lot of lace in. I'll make 3. Although I keep hearing that. Do you know that song? Have you heard of that? Or is it me just making things up, called Denim and Lace? Or is it the name of a shop? I don't know. Okay. Now, of course, in all of that excitement, where did I put my needle with the blue in it? Here it is. So as always, I'm thinking of you and what you're making, and just remember that this is hopefully just inspiring for you to hear or to see some ideas. I know many of you have been doing it way, 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 way longer than me. And I love watching how people make, and it gives me ideas that I'm developing into my own style. So I think that's what I'm hoping is happening with you. So ironically, this variegated wool is coming out very blue here. There we go, but pretty. And exactly the way that I would stitch a machine stitched pocket. I love making those, they're so fast and fun. Go across the bottom, and not that it needs it, it just makes this, for me, the stitches seem more regular. Meaning like in a square. Really, it should be called a rectangle, I imagine. Oops. So because this is really quite blue, I think I'm just going to stop at the top of this pocket and make it a feature, the blue stitching, and not go all the way, like sometimes I go all the way around there. I'm just not feeling that with this one. So there it is, it's a tuckable moment. And oops. And I'll just do an extra stitch over here. And take it into the inside. So there we are, we've got a little wonky. Let's have a look at this. Like so, I would probably put something like that there because it's all stitched up. And let's just do that. Oh, actually, there was a piece of vellum there, which will make this even more exciting. So we've got a little tuck there. For a butterfly. And then in our pocket, I have to do so much making. Okay. I like this. You might have seen this little tag. It's a pre-made one, but it's got a blue frame around it. So what about that? Which way do we want? Oh, it's got a V on it. So we'll put that up. And we'll put that in there. So we're just building a story. Another thing I haven't shown you, but it's really useful sometimes just to stitch on a ragged piece of trim. All right, what haven't we used? So far we've used this, we've used this, I haven't used this, and I love this, and I think that interplay, it's a very, very pale, very, very pale. How do I feel about these flowers? No, I think it's a step too far for my denim at this point. Nest, what have you got in there? Used a bit of this and a bit of this. Okay, here we go. Our final piece is going to be a different sort of pocket. And this one could probably go in the back. I mean, will I ever learn? But I do love tearing so much that I don't want to give up an opportunity. Like that. I think because even for my eye, this is too wonky. I like to fray it a bit. use a little, I should actually, you're not going to believe this, I'm actually going to pin this because it's so dainty. And we are going to start here. So I'm doing things in the opposite order, aren't I? I'm doing my Soothing Cantha as my last stitching. So quiet, so soothing. Can go now. I would really like to see that little seam there from the napkin. There it is. But maybe not. I started too far. Oops. So I want this beautiful edging to stay flappy. So we're going to go deliberately keep those layers and go through my favorite thing that I've told you. If there's a hole on a piece of old embroidery or crochet, use it because it makes the stitching a lot easier, and I think it's a lovely example or lovely highlighting, I suppose, of okay. Now I need to get to this side to complete the pocket, and I'm going to do that by showing you, I'm not showing you, but because you probably already know, I have fallen in love with making little cross stitches this week. So to make it less boring to get across, you can hardly see them, but when they're felt, this is not textbook. It isn't because I missed it. Now think, Kate. I'm going to go up. Oh yeah, very rustic. We'll use that word. I'm going to try and see if I can get, that's 3. I was going to say I want 5, but I think I can get 7. Not sure how if you can see that, but it's just adding a little layer there to get to the other edge. And that's because I've got still thread on my needle. Now we're getting into a rhythm. I was doing some crocheting yesterday, and I was thinking about how, I don't know about you, but it takes me a little time to adjust from a stitching position and a journaling position to a crocheting or knitting with my hands. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like when you first start, it's like it feels new, and then the more you do it, so it goes back to being in the flow, doesn't it? All right, now I'm not going to worry about counting if I've got an odd or an even number because I need to sew this pocket up. Get down the other side. It's going to be just right. There we go. Finish it off, and it will be stitched in, glued in, remember. Oops. There we go. Okay, so let's have a little reminder of what we've been making. And as I do it, I'll put things back in my nest or vessel for next time. There's a needle. We didn't get to use that blue. There's still a bit of this. Like one bit of vintage can go so far. We've used blue and indigo. That's some of my fabric strip. I'll put back there. And here's this little one. And this won't stay, I don't know, but just to give you the idea, look how beautiful piece of paper there. Oh, and something else that, can you see this? Just one remnant, and then this lovely napkin, a little bit of stitching, and put it there, and suddenly we have a magic pocket, a secret pocket at the beginning. I don't know why I said magic, but I do love how it looks. So there we go. Oh, low power. Let's hope I get to the end. Sorry if I disappear. What have we done? I've made this little pocket here with a staple. We put, oh, we made that one. I just showed you that. See, this is the fun of it. You never know where you'll end up. And I made that, which is a little pocket in here. And do we do anything else? If we did, I'm glad. If we didn't, it will appear next time. And speaking of next time, I want to say thank you. Oh, put that in the nest. Thank you so much for joining me today in my nest. This is Kate saying bye until next time. See you.